Thank God it's Friday. Ooh, nani anafurahi kama mimi. The weekend is here. Can you imagine? So when you see me, you know it's Friday. TGIF, baby. And TTTT officially starts right now. Hello, good evening, and welcome to TTTT. My name is Amina Abdulwahab. Thank you so much for waiting. Thank you so much for tweeting earlier on to ask us, kwa nini hatujaanza bado? I am so sorry. I know there is a lot that happened, so we have to get through all of those stories. So let's take a look at what exactly went down this entire week. Now, if you're judged by the consumption of breast milk in Kakamega, ni ngumu kujua kati ya baba na mtoto, and health officials are concerned.
Let's go there. Kwani wale wabao wameshikilia mabibi watano 10 wamekufa?
Why are people on the Kiambu women reps case again? Is it something that she said? I don't know.
X-ray images of his body have already been taken. They indicate that brush bristles are still lodged inside his body.
I woke up in the morning, I brushed my teeth. Have you ever heard of the Kilifi version? It includes brushing the stomach. And then, of course, we have seen this story. Wazir Chacha is alleged to have had affairs with more than 13 female MPs. Judging from his physique, could he have been shaped like a spear for a reason? And of course, I cannot talk about these stories by myself. So we got the squad. Where is the squad? The squad is on this side, right? Oh, it's on this side. Okay, so there's a squad. Starting off with Anita, we have Shiro, and we have the one and only Burita. Hey,
Butita, where are my books?
Butita.
Oh, okay. You better have carried them. I didn't see you when I was coming upstairs.
Okay.
Apart from Anita, no one should ask for anything. Yeah.
Butita, pole, nilikuwa nasikia ulishindwa kuchangisha fare ya kurudi. Iza, hatuko tumejua.
Alinisumbua, Amina, let me tell you.
Atitupa kweli namba nyingine.
Na hizi nipigia mambocha wananga pesa Butita.
Wacha niwaambie, mika si ugali singerudi. Ugali kwa bajuu ningekuwa huko bado. Yaani shukakani nimeenda Ruano kula samaki na kiugali juu. Nasikiani zile samaki za US zina test mchele, yani tunagongwa huko.
They never taste like food.
Hata ningejibebea food.
But welcome back. Where were you staying exactly? Which state were you in?
Ele, hapo kando ya nyumba ya Opera hapo, una travel, unaenda kitu kaa 6 hours, nilikuwa hapo hivyo. Manze niliona life. Niliona life mali Michael Jackson alikufia manze.
City of Angels.
Niliona life.
Anyway, welcome back though. Welcome back. And welcome back Anita as well. Watu wamekuwa wakizusha Twitter na like manze mulipeleka ngapi Anita hivyo sipoa manze hivyo sipoa.
Si unajua alikuwa na stress. Juu sasa Bea hakukuwa in the country.
Alikuwa take a vacation.
Well, but welcome back.
I took some time to mourn.
One of the biggest stories that happened this week, other than the fact that Butita traveled for the first time and we couldn't stop seeing him online, was the subject of...
Me after every 1 month niko nje. Hata sasa ina wavuruga wiki mbili kidogo.
Yeah. Okay. It's a good thing I can't even hear Butita, which is great. Anyway, but like, listen, so the biggest subject was Wazir Chacha. This gentleman, who is rumored to be the new leader of the opposition, because, you know, 13 MPs to his belt, no pun intended. He's arguably more powerful than Ford Kenya and Ekuru Court combined. Mmesikia maneno ya Bwana Wazir venye ime Chacha kabisa. So there he is. He was smiling throughout. Am I the only one who noticed that?
I found that weird.
Yeah?
I also found that a bit weird.
No, it is not weird. Lazima auze sura, ucheke uonekane your good side, 13 MPs, si mchezo wewe.
Yeah.
13.
There are 13 MPs. 1-3.
Hey.
Madam. Well, I mean female MPs.
Historia ya MP na standing orders wanaipeleka tufa.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Amina.
Yeah.
Unajua kwa lugha yetu ile ya hiyo Kikuyu kuna kaibo kanasemaga amijagia Chacha. We wasichana kueni rada. Huyo mtu hiyo wamesika wewe nitakuelezea baadaye. Lakini najiuliza ukweli. Ati sasa watu wanasema amechizi apelekwe Mathare yaangaliwe kichwa. Kichwa yake sio mzuri. Ni kichwa gani yake haiko mzuri? Anyway, wacha Mathare watasema.
I didn't see this going in that direction. Do you know, I was just amused because first of all, these guys are cupped up in there together on a daily basis. So of course at some point there's somebody who'll be like, hey, you know, but 13 women? I'm like, how did you manage to maneuver this? And you know how women are naturally just very jealous about like sharing. Yeah. So I'm trying to understand how they were like, hey, you know, also I can't tell anyone, so let me also keep quiet. Next thing you know, your entire crew of chicks has been cleared onto the next. I found that very fascinating.
Hey, can you imagine kama sisi tu hapa hii TTTT tukikuwa tunashare mtu?
Hey,
tungeshare I think tungeshare
wewe na Anita.
I don't think there's anyone we can share.
No, ni sisi wote sasa. Alafu I mean hizi kwa Butita wewe peke yako kweli. Mimi, Cindy, Shiro, nani mwingine? Is there anyone else? No, there's no one else.
Lakini wacha niulize Waziri Chacha as a person. Naweza taka kujua ni mtu wa aina gani. Juu mimi nimejaribu kuona MP wangu sijawahi. Yeye alipata happy ma MP 13. One by one. Yaani wananga WhatsApp group hata wakaambiana kuna boy fulani hapa.
Wewe ulipewa ujiga, yeye kuna kitu alipewa. Hapo ndio.
Hii ndio shida ya MP kuficha siri. Wangekuwa wanaambia na hizi vitu. Haingepita watu 13.
And you know, of all the places to go hide, he went across the border. You know, everyone goes to hide in Mexico. Go hide there. You can't possibly go hide in the one place that it's the easiest to find you and bring you back.
Anita, huyo ni mtoto mdogo. Akili inamwambia anaona hapa kama hizi lazima afike.
Hapo anatumia kichwa vizuri.
Unajua alijificha Tanzania na alikuwa amelipa hoteli 6 months. Unalipaje hoteli 6 months ya je?
Because he thought he's never gonna be caught.
You guys, I feel like, you know, this is a very surprising.
Hata unajua hiyo kulipa 6 months ndio ilimseti.
And he almost got
kuna msela hapa amelipa miezi 6, mumfahamu kweli?
I know, they were about to make him president. And then they were like, let's do some due diligence on the dude.
This is insane.
Pesa ni muhimu.
This is insane. Manzi alichachi.
Lakini nyinyi,
wait, also he could just rent a house.
No, actually that's true. He should have just rented one. Or
there's one in Zanzibar that he was waiting for.
Hiyo ndio alikuwa anagoja kwanza kusukia alafu
shida yenu madem amwekangi siri. Hao MP wanaume pia karibu 100 kuna tu msichana mmoja na tutawaimsikia. Hao wasemangi.
Walisema.
That's a lie. In fact, I'm sure this story leaked from the guys. These days men gossip more than women.
That's true. They actually, I feel like it's something
men don't gossip.
A long time.
What?
They discuss facts.
You guys' WhatsApp groups are more lit than ours.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, if somebody got a hold of your WhatsApp groups, Eddie Butita, they would have a ball. They'd laugh on it. They also have too much dirty people.
Yetu was a disclaimer, sikusengenyana. Majamaa. By the way sikusengenyana, unse ana ujinga, si ndio? Si ati tunamsengenya, tunaongea ukweli.
Ukweli semwe.
Mimi mnaanzaga direct bila disclaimer.
Okay, sawa umejitetea. Anyway, now listen, last time Kiambu women rep Gathoni Wamushamba was on the spot. It was about her opinion on MP salaries. And she's at it again. People are on her case over these remarks.
We're honest to ourselves. When we had our polygamous fathers and our forefathers, what wrong did they do? What crime did they commit? And why did we term it as a crime now? If there was no crime they committed, and we were born out of those families, and we excelled, why not go there? If that is where we are going to get the solution. We are so pretentious today, and our pretentious lifestyle is what is costing us.
Hey, excuse. If you can afford it, go ahead. Go ahead.
We are so pretentious.
Shiro.
Lakini acha nikuulize, huyu Gathoni Wamushamba huyo ni women rep wa kwetu.
Okay.
Nimemsikia si na good news. Akisikiwa lazima kuwa anasema kitu ya ufara kile chini Lakini wacha niseme tu kweli. Kwetu wanaume ni wengi kuliko wanawake. So hatuwezi sema wanaume watakuwa na wawili. Sisi si atupe pia sisi permission kama wanawake tukue na wanaume 3, 4, 5 ikue ni ile polygamy ya wamama. Ama inaitagwa aje Amina hiyo kisugu? Inaitagwa aje mwanamke kukua na wanaume 3?
Would unaweza kuwa na Wasika watatu.
Siku hizi kuna wa pesa, kuna wa kupeleka holiday, kuna wa nini, wa emotion. Lakini ukweli sigathika udhani wa Musoba, bwana yake anaitwa Robert Musoba. Nataka tu kuuliza wa Musoba, haikuja sirole. Robert akishukua akina mimi na Amina. Utasema?
No, but she was saying it in a way of taking care of the ladies of, you know, the county.
No sharing.
Hiyo kitu unajua sasa ni 2018 plus 18 2036. Sasa ile mtakuwa mnaliapa IBC must go. Wamshomba atakuwa alishalei foundation kitambo. Sasa anaambia watu polygamy okay, alafu ulisikia statement alisema kwani wazee wa kitambo walikuwa hivyo? Kwani walikufa?
Ni wa kitabu.
Alafu akauliza kwani walikufa? Ni wazee wa kitambo, si walikufa?
That's referring to that.
It wasn't literal.
Afanye sasa kama hakuongezwa mshahara, alikuwa anaitisha mshahara na hajafanya kazi. Sasa saa hizi anafanya kazi ya marriage together ama gani?
But you see, if you can afford it, Shiro, take them on. And also,
I want to nimeona mpya.
My man is my man.
There's no way. I always ask the same question. The same way, whenever the topic comes around and men are told you can have several wives, they are totally for that idea. So, like Shiro said, so what if they said polygamy can work both ways?
Yes.
So a woman can marry 3 men if she wants. And you can marry your other 3 women if you want. So let's all be together in a very polygamous marriage.
And polygamy one side.
No,
I personally cannot handle all of that. At now I have 4 men. That's just, first of all,
I mean,
just to think about.
Amina, unajua sasa hata maboy kitu tumeembrace.
Ati nini?
Mpaka tumeembrace mpaka kuna katam tunatumia. Ukiona kadem kengine unasema niko na kamushomba kaingine saa hiyo.
Mushuba.
Majama huyo ule mwingine ni kamushomba kangu na kamushuba.
But you see, I didn't even explain here. Ilikuwa inakuja from also there are a lot of young boys who need mentorship. They need dads. You know, see at now you marry a single lady.
Have a program like the one they have in the States where it's not like you adopt the son per se, but then what happens is, as a dad in a school, if there's another boy who doesn't have a dad, you adopt him for mentorship purposes only, not so that you can also be with his mother. It's just the boy.
Adopt only the boy.
Adopt only the boy. The mother wachana na yeye.
Hiyo huko haiwezi work.
The story of sharing, no.
The hashtag is TTTT. We want to know what your sentiments are about that. Polygamy has been a discussion. Tumeongea. What do you think about it? We want to know when we come back. Let me tell you, if you want to have a good laugh, if you're having a bad day, just look for the hashtag TTTT. You laugh. You'll be so happy. Your day will be made. Hey guys, welcome back. Now, I'm seeing my Twitter. Richard Modi says, women are many than men here in Kenya. You can only share married men if you're lucky to marry one. Guy. Brian G comes in and says, Gadhoni yako sawa. And if you as my wife, we argue about topping you up, I just wait, ugonge menopause, I top up. Kwani ni kinywaji? What do you mean I top up? Who speaks like that? Somewhere anasema here, Mina, look at the transformation of Eddie Butita before and after going to the US.
Say no more. Say no more.
And also, by the way, Butita, kuna watu wanasema sana umerudi kama uko brown skin. Anauliza kama wewe ni brother yako.
Si hapa Kenya kumbe ni shida zinafanyaga ukwe mweusi. Kama ukisikia kama $2 3.
Yeah. Uko sambamba.
Pesa ya rangi.
And then Ishiban, I hope that's how you pronounce your name. You say the term Anita is looking for is polyandry for women. Yes, that's the one. Polygamy only applies to men.
Sorry, when you were in class.
Yeah, you learn every day. You learn every day. Thank you so much. And then there's someone who says, Shiro Chacha was visiting them at the point of their needs while using taxpayers' money in benchmarking trips. Miano comes in and says, you people tell Shiro asalimia watu, toothbrush humezeka, which is true by the way, which takes us to our next story. Now, unless, I don't know, you're brushing your teeth with a toothpick or, I don't know, trying to clean your esophagus, how do you swallow an entire toothbrush? Like, you know, gag reflex, I don't know. Like, so this happened to a 34-year-old gentleman, David Charo from Kilifi. How do you think it happened. Shiro, acha nianze na wewe. Unakaa kwenye hizi vitu.
Aki ukweli hiyo ni uchawi. Meza 5 bob ama 10 bob hiyo kitu itatoshea hapa. Ukweli toothbrush na ni kitu kubwa. Hiyo sio uchawi, akosiwa ni kumeza ama aligisia mahali. Ai, hapana.
I don't know that happened. Anita, how do you, like, would you ever, at what point does a toothbrush, I don't understand.
I won't lie to you. Out of curiosity, I actually tried to see just how far back it would go before you ask yourself, wait a second, what am I trying to clean at this point? You can't. There's a point where, as far back to your toothbrush can go, that you just want to puke or something, like your gag reflex checks in.
Yeah.
Unless this guy was using those baby toothbrushes, which have like a baby stem, and then he was trying I don't know, Amina. I saw this on Twitter and I was puzzled. You know that doctors should write a book about the very bizarre operations they've had to conduct and the very bizarre things they find in people's bodies when they do x-rays. How?
Yeah.
He's 34.
Hata sielewi. But you know, to be honest, you know, it's mind over matter. So it is very possible for you to overcome the gag reflex. And I know, and it sounds really crazy.
To swallow your toothbrush.
Yeah, so it has to be voluntarily. You have to, because it's so long and rigid, and it
wasn't the entire thing.
It's not like a coin.
Hiyo ni kastori alikuwa nataka
itaingia tu. Just try tomorrow. Don't try this at home. I'm kidding.
Ni ya Benson.
And then the bristles as it's going down. I mean, it was in his stomach for a couple of days, not one day, not 2. Was it 5 days? You had a toothbrush.
I
in
know.
your stomach for 5 days.
And I was reading about it, and in 2016, there's a man who swallowed, I think, 18 toothbrushes. And I was just like, so this is a thing. Yeah, so...
Please tell me it's the bristles or just the head of the
No,
toothbrush.
it's the entire thing. In fact, we have a picture. Of course, it's very graphic. But, excuse me, what I do have
your toothbrush
is a picture. Oi, nimenyongwa. I think nilimeza toothbrush earlier.
Unajua mimi imeni affect. Saa hii hata leo asubuhi.
Isa.
No, but Shiro, Butita, do you think that this is possible?
No.
Mimi hata asubuhi hiyo kitu imeni affect sana. Nilionea news jana na asubuhi nimeavu kutoboa toothbrush nifunge na uzi. Ndio in case of anything. Wacha nitugue veno kama nimefunga brush kwa mguu ya meza. Ama mahali tu hapo kwa sink mahali. Huwezi jua. Hizi vitu huwezangi jua. Haya, nyinyi jiulizeni ilifanyikaje? Ni bahati mbaya tu.
Alikuwa anataka kuingia Guinness Book of Kenya.
Lakini kuna nimesikia toothbrush. Unaona hii part ya juu ya toothbrush. Kuna msesha ivunjika akibrush ikaanguka.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe that's what he swallowed.
Sasa unajua. Hiyo hapana aliswallow yote.
I'm telling you, he swallowed the whole thing.
I saw it and I'm still in disbelief.
He did. It was the whole thing. Anyway, I can't find.
Remember,
I have.
They didn't actually. They did. It's okay. Fine. Somebody will have to correct me on Twitter. What's the non-surgical surgery called? That one. To get the toothbrush out. So I'm wondering, did he have to poop out this toothbrush? And in which case, how painful must have that been?
Yes, it must have been very painful. I don't know how he
it just
did that.
Brushed against everything as it went down. Oh my God.
I don't know. It's so awkward. But I do have an anti-toothbrush swallowing tip. So that's what you do. So sasa ukianza kumeza ebo neni, so sa when you there's the picture.
That's what Butita did.
Yeah, so now so lazima ikuwe na kamba, ushike kamba na mkono ingine. And then now you brush your teeth. I'm trying to save your lives. This is Butita, usifanye hizi vitu. Anita, don't. This is it. This is the trick. Sawa. So tuko poa.
Unajua kuna brush zina shimo hapo chini.
Kwani ni ukiachilia inaenda kama imeenda.
Inaenda kama imetoka.
Anyway, now listen.
A red flag has been raised in Kakamega by the county public health officials due to a hike in malnutrition cases since fathers compete with newborns for breast milk. You see, why women should stop their husbands or babies. Apparently, there is a weird custom in the Butere sub-county whereby newborns get one breast and the other one is for zaddy. Zaddy. But even with that, I guess zaddies don't know when to stop. Yani for lack of a better word, wananyonya mpaka washibe. I don't know.
Butere.
What do you make of this? I know it sounds so disturbing. Wasewa butere. What's going on?
Amina, acha nikwambie, mimi ni house help na unajua siku hizi kuna ile pampe ya kutoa maziwa. Sinatoleagwa sinawekwa kwa fridge. Siku moja nikajiambia hii maziwa ya nini ina testigi aje? Hiyo kitu ina test vibaya. Akiwa wa baba wa nini wa butere huko. Wengine wanangangania 7, nyinyi mnangangania maziwa ya nyonyo. Please choose a struggle. Aki.
Anita, why are you so quiet? Is this something that...
when I read the story, I was very amused by the various reasons they gave. Humans in Kenya will never cease to astound me. So number one, they said that by sucking the milk from one boob, it means that any curses that have been cast on their wives or their newborn child, they suck it out of their wife.
So so they're doing you a favor.
They're doing you a favor.
Take the blessing.
Number 2, they're trying to keep the flames of romance alive after childbirth. I'm like, that's what you find romantic. Sucking the milk that should be for your child. That is what you find romantic. You guys in Butere, you really need to Google other romantic ways of keeping the flame alive after childbirth.
But you know this story...
It cannot be stealing your child's food.
This story isn't new. I think also sometime last year it occurred. It happened, I think, the year before. Butita.
Wait, Amina.
Is this story again?
Yeah. To Butere. That story sucks.
Uko ndo kwenye Butita. Butita, you're from Butere.
I see what you did there.
Mimi ndo Butere. Nilikuwa di Butere Boys High School. Kwa ni home. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo, sijawahi iona.
Look at them, Butita is blushing.
Ona, uko sure Butere uli.
Okay, kesi nishaisikia ni unajua mtoto ndiye achishwe maziwa anaekewa pilipili. Sasa nishaisikia mzae fulani alikuwa anakope usiweke pilipili hapo wewe. So mtu hii asiwache maziwa.
So sad.
Butita.
Mtu mnasema maybe nizo conspiracy zinatokeaga huko tu.
No, because Amina,
mimi nimekaa Butere.
Hiyo
hapana.
This story is so funny. I'm dying. Wait, I want to ask Butita something. So now Butita, in your experience and expert opinion, what can you tell the rest of the panel? Do you mark it with a marker? Like, how does it, like, do you mark the left?
Is yours?
Kalamba fao? Like, how do you,
Unajua?
Look at this blushing.
Okay, ni sawa.
Tuambie.
Sema
nini.
That's how you keep the flame alive.
Sema.
No. Vitu private siwekagi in public. Amwezi ingilia watu wa Butere hivi. On air. Hivi.
No,
vitu tumewekelewa. Vitu ngoja. Watu wawili wameanza story alafu ikakuwa ni watu wa Butere.
Na si ni ukweli.
So si ukweli,
ni ukweli.
Ngoja, Butita,
hiyo kitu ni ukweli.
Child will be stealing milk.
Juu walikuwa wanasema wana pass to ni kama customs
inapasiwa.
Wacha nikuambie. Story unajua wanaume waache kupretend. Hata mtu ameandika hiyo story. Okay. Everyone is guilty.
Everyone is guilty in Butere. So let me ask you this. Butita, is that why you love milk so much? Because that's the one thing you ask for every time you come for TTT. It's like on your rider, you're like, unless kuna maziwa. Is that why?
Tomorrow, 5 things you didn't know about Butita.
Apart from maziwa ya Nyayo.
Number 3 will shock you.
No. I stand with Butere.
Wacha kukataa. Ukikataa sana inakaa ni kweli. Acha kukataa.
Pana. Utasema hivyo kuhusu Butere.
Hadi umejisema ulisomea Butere. Kwa hivyo ilianza shule.
No, me are saying the reason why I can understand why Butita is having difficulty explaining himself is because they already said the custom has already been passed on. So as of now, as far as Butita from Butere is goes rather, he knows come the time he'll pick his marker, he'll mark his boob,
and he'll know this is the
duration of
this
his
is the
breastfeeding cycle of his first child. He has a boob.
Amina najiuliza hawa baba
wanaanza because pilipili there so that if the baby goes there by mistake the baby quickly goes back to theirs.
Amina najiuliza.
So let me ask you this. Unajua kuna ile time yenye kwangwa pilipili.
Wewe kwani mimi ufanya hivyo?
Can stop. So no, Butita, you know we really want to learn. We just want to know. So let me ask you. So zinawekwa pilipili zote, like what happens? I want to know, Butita. So do you stop as a dad or do you continue until maziwa isha yote tetete?
Nilikuwa nasema, unajua mtoi atakuachishwa weke wa pilipili. Sasa unapata mzae fulani ana complain na yeye si mtoto. Unaona ile mpona mnaweka pilipili hapo. Hiyo ndio nilikuwa na complain.
Labda anapenda pilipili, anapenda spices.
Lakini
anatetea tu mtoto wake.
Unataka ni confusing kwa sababu bibi yake anamuita babe.
Lakini Amina mnajiuliza hawa baba, unajua kuna time mtu anaangaliaga, unajua hii ni wakati wa mtoto kunyonya. Hawa baba wanakuaga na masaa. Acha nikibie home, hii ni wakati wangu wa kunyonya.
Oh my god. Like yao ni asubuhi.
You know, can you imagine you're sitting there with a grown man and a small baby and they're both, it's such a disturbing image. I mean, how are you comfortable as a grown man in a position where you can suckle one boob by yourself?
Anita, inakaa hao wamama wanabiaga watoto, wewe lala umemaliza, sasa ni wakati wa baba.
Sasa unajua si watu wa Butere.
Yeah.
Si wa Butere. Si ni wasanii.
Wasanii.
Ngoja, mimi wakina Guardian Angel. Si ni wasanii, wacheni tufanye makamuzi. Story imeisha.
So finally you accept.
Anyway, ni sawa tu. I just want to know this, guys. The hashtag is TTTT. Mtu akishindwa kulala anachukua hiyo TTTT. TT moja. Anyway, we're going to be back. Sebastian anakuona ati mtu mmoja akifanya makosa isikuwe ni kila mtu. Si wanaume wote wa Butere wana hizo tabia. Welcome back, you're watching TTTT. Listen, before the break we talked about how there's some interesting stories happening in Butere, and Sleepy, who's also watching the show, niaje Sleepy, najua ni kwa sababu Butere walikuwa na watch, anasema ako poa. So Sleepy anasema by the way kuna wase wenye wanachukua hiyo story so seriously hadi wakienda home wanaenda na ugali. You know you're trying. So wewe uko kwa hiyo yako ikiisha unajaribu kwenda kwa hiyo nyingine. Unaambiwa papa keep rest.
Unasikia mzee anaambia mama watoto ruka leo nataka mara. Surely. No. But then what I didn't mention this, guys, by the way. So the toothbrush was actually, so he had that toothbrush for 20 years. I forgot to mention that part.
What?
So it was almost like he was talking about a friend that he had lost. He said, I don't know how I swallowed it, and we used it for the past 20 years.
I thought it was 5 days.
Mudra, you're supposed to replace your toothbrushes after, I think, a few months. Okay.
Nacheki. Normally weeks.
Nacheki, Douglas hapa anasema, it's you who started calling babies. We are taking our share. Wacheni to Maninja wanangangana chakula ya mtoto. Hii Kenya sijui ililaniwa ama ni nini. I see Eric as well. Anataka to confirm if Anita is doing this. Let's watch that video. I can confirm it's true. That's what she's doing.
Really?
She did it, guys.
When?
Wait. I see hiyo ya Kakamega, I refuse in Jesus name. Canfrey says huyo jamaa lazima ana wivu. Aliambiwa ameze wembe akasema ngoja. Wembe ni nini? I will show you. It's reality. Our fathers have side families, and the woman MP just told it as it is. Chris Kirwa, vile Edi Butita ali welcome you airport from USA. Now that we know he's from Butere. That's the picture. Alioga na maziwa pale.
Kisasa.
Alioga na maziwa.
Ameongea mbaya hapa kwa Twitter, Amina.
Hapana. Ni mapenzi.
Amesema ati waziri Chacha. Akona members wengi parliament kushinda Wetangula. Mbona tuongea hivi?
Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
Nimeona hapa sija naitwaje. Hebu angalia hapo utaiona. Kwa TTTT.
That is so mean.
Hapana.
Guys, that man took team building very seriously.
Where? Now it's team building. Now listen, you know the way they say that the Lord works in mysterious ways. Now over the Easter holidays, a man tried to attack a bishop in Uganda during the mass, and then this happened.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Not today, Satan. Aya, ndo hiyo. Akamkuwa boom. Haya.
Huduma ya haraka.
Hebu muone. Aya, nambao.
That guy should never try out for the Olympics.
Yes.
Tu hiyo kitu surely.
Ama angelipa mtu akinarudisha wenye ukibia makadiri dereva wakibia warukage wa juu enyewe ameanguka vibaya. Hiyo ni aibu, unaanguka na face.
Yeah. In front of everyone. Goodness.
That's not my anointed.
He was actually just taking 2 items that belongs to his grandfather to the pastor to pray for them because
that's a lie. It's a lie.
I'm giving the guy the benefit of a doubt. There's always his version, their version, and the truth. Let's just say what he said.
You're running
so
that.
He said he got a very big inheritance from his grandfather, and his family was very jealous. And the grandfather had been cursed. So the items he was giving to the pastor, he was to pray for them so that the curse can go. So then the family says, this guy is mad. But when they checked him, he was actually sound of mind. So his story might have been true, because the family was trying to get him put in jail. But anyway, he was charged for, was it attempted assault?
Alikimbia hivyo yote. Ndio tu hizo vitu ziomewe.
Si ndio nasema.
Mimi sikubali.
Hatujakata.
This weekend. Yeah. This pastor will use it as, you see, when I pray, evil spirits like this one,
I am the
Lord comes between.
But let me tell you something. I think he's so lucky.
Ingekuwa hapa Nairobi, hiyo mbao ingekatwa na tungeanza kuuziwa. Mbao ya kuzuia adui.
That is so true. That is
kungekuwa na tisa zimeandikwa I am anointed.
Weka kwa mlango. Adui akivuka nipigie simu.
Anyway, listen, so that guy is lucky because apparently hell does not exist. So hataingia kwa shida sana. Now, during a conversation with Eugenio Scalfari, a 93-year-old atheist at the Vatican, allegedly, apparently, the Pope said that hell does not exist. I mean, it was miscommunication kidogo. He said, instead, the souls of the unrepentant will simply disappear forever and go unpunished. Wenye dhambi, does this revelation bring any comfort to your hearts? Which sinner wants to go first? Butita.
Nyinyi ndio mnakoga na madhambi moja.
Sisi
na dhambi moja. Kuna dhambi moja hapo Butere. Hiyo story ya TTT. But dhambi nyingine hatuna. Mi sijui kama hell, story ya hell na heaven. Kitu mimi usema hakuna mtu ashaenda akatuletea ripoti.
Lakini
wanakuanga sisi tunasikia hizo story on
Butita tukiongea
ukweli. Nikaona nimerudi. This is how heaven looks, this is how hell looks.
Lakini tuseme tu kweli.
Si
lazima uende huko hell ati kuna moto ama nini. Already huku Kenya kwingine ni hell. Floods ni hell. We are in hell. Twende vijana hawana kasi. Hiyo sio hell kwao. Miguna hakuadago hell. What the hell?
What the hell?
Ile hell wanasemanga kwa Bible. Ni ile ya forever. Muna ban tu hapo, mnachomeka tu hapo.
Ukikufa na sida bado utaishi huko na sisi ati utakuliwa na kitu ati mchwa iko high class ya ruda. Hiyo ni hell.
Mimi kukuwa safe. Nimeamua tu nikuwe mtu mzuri. Ndio nikipata kuna heaven, nishangilie pia, unaona? Badala kuwa mbaya alafu upate kuna hell.
Katanuka.
Yes, and there's been different theories. Apparently, aside from this one, and also this one, the reason why it's an allegation is because apparently when this guy is conducting his interviews, he does not record what you're saying. He memorizes it, and then he'll go and write. So you can't possibly tell me you'll gather all this information and word for word write what the Pope said. So I agree with you on the allegation part. However, some people say earth, you make it your heaven or you make it your hell, or you're living your heaven or you're living your hell. But then, for the sake of the Lord that I very strongly believe in, and I believe in being a good person and doing good things, and I will stick to that because I want to see heaven. Because like Butita, I don't think I want to test the fires of hell. They sound very hot and scary and never ending. And then it's dark and gloomy. The way that when you read the Bible, the way hell has been described, you will call everyone you've ever wronged and ask for forgiveness.
Yo, listen, the first time when I saw this story, I was like, hey, this Pope is the guy though. Like he said that. And then when I read the story, I was like, oh man, why would he say something so strong? Because it's a very strong statement. You know, sometimes as journalists, you can't just
actually
go and write something like that.
Unajua yeye anafuatwa na watu wengi akisema kakitu wa wengine wana believe tu hivyo ati hakuna
hiyo. Hiyo part ya
hakusema hivyo.
Hiyo story allegation.
Alisema
in my opinion. Yes, Butita
kwa hivyo. Hiyo allegation, hiyo part venye Anita amesema, by the way inaweza kuwa ni mtu ana twist story. Juu of course Pope mwenyewe angetaka kusema kitu kaa hii, angekuwa alisema kitambo.
But the Catholics strongly believe
of course
in hell's fire.
Okay. So we gotta say bye. We gotta say bye.
Umesikia huyo makanga wa Githurai?
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're just gonna cut us off like they did last week. So Jackso, when you're ready, just cut us off because they never want to say bye. They don't. The hashtag, thank you so much.
Bye. Commenting all the tweets.
TTTT. watch me at 10. We're gonna have a great show, so please do watch that. And bye, I guess. Amechachisha. Boy.